morning, everyone. We're still doing the 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 10. And remember, you can always look down below and see everybody else who is playing along. And our sketch, it'll be right up here in the corner, right there. And anyway, it's like it's by Rachel Usher, and she has, I think, 10 strips across the front, and they actually change down below. So, but I decided I wanted to do this sketch with a Halloween layout because I thought it would be really cute, and I would tear them and put rough them up, kind of separate them so that you kind of see in the paper in between, and I love how it turned out. I have to tell you, when you do this, it makes a big mess. So I actually stood outside the door and did it outside. It really made a bit of, it made a big mess. Now I have the Tim Holtz, what is it? I don't know what they're called, but it's like little razor blades in there, and it's like this one here, you can tell. This one I did in the house. This one I did outside. I could be a lot more aggressive when I did it outside, so that was nice. And then I came in and had to rough this one up a little bit more so that it looked like the rest of them. And I really like how it turned out. And I'm using the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, October 31st. And I am using the brads, the foam stickers, the bits and pieces, and also stickers from the sticker sheet. So I'm kind of using a little bit of it all. So I've actually got 1, 2, 3 papers from the kit, and then I got a black in the background, and I gutted the stripe because I really like a horizontal stripe, and especially for the outside, so I'll do something with the other one. And then these pieces here I just brought in from, this actually was from, I think it was called Farmhouse Papers, and they're solids with a white core, and that is from Hobby Lobby. And then this was some other paper in my stash. So I've really roughed them up, and you see in the sketch it actually has like a hexagon right here and then 2 pictures. Well, I have 3 pictures, and so I'm going to put this in place of the hexagon, except for I'm going to put it up a little higher. I'm not going to run the band in the middle, but I'm going to kind of put embellishments kind of across the top and down here on the bottom. And they only showed a little bit, but I think with the sketches, it's like they don't really show all the embellishments, just because, you're gonna do whatever you have to work with. And I brought out a black doily that I brought out for whatever I was working on yesterday. Oh yeah, yesterday, because I did the Hocus Pocus. Not the Hokey Pokey, but the Hocus Pocus. And so anyhow, I'm going to use that today, and I'm going to stick it back here. And then I am going to, and I matted them all in black and then roughed it up. And this is my 2 oldest granddaughters. Here's my bonus granddaughter, and she's the oldest. The bonus one's in the middle, and Tegan's the youngest. So it's Brenna, Annabelle, and Tegan, and they are carving pumpkins at their house, and I think she's adjusting the light so it looks spooky. I don't know. But I think that's where the light switch is, if I remember correctly. And then so this one is going to be Tegan's, and so I am showing her pumpkin here because I'm going to do a page for each kid. And so I am going to put these, actually I'm going to overlap this because I don't want to overlap the child at all. And so I'm going to start out with them like this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start taping. I think I'll actually tape this onto the picture first. And let's see here. I guess it doesn't matter that's not perfect because a lot of it's just going to be covered up, but I kind of liked it in the whole scheme of things. Okay, so I'm going to start that like that. And it's so funny because it's like, you know, you have all the embellishments and you still think, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to use, or I wish I had 2 of these and all that jazz. I want it as close to the edge as what I can get it so I'm not overlapping the photos. And I'm putting on more tape than normal just because of going over all these rough edges. Oh, and then I was out there and my husband calls me in, and get a load of this one. It's like, we've been married for 22 years and known each other for 26. And he was doing some stuff today, and it's like he had to, ever since we got together, he always, you know, he calls me Terry. I think I don't have this up far enough. See if I can still move it. He's always called me Terry. I mean, that's totally what I go by. And but in his information for work and his what I want to say, insurance and everything, and he's got my name down as Terry. And I said, you better find out if that's all right, because I don't want it to cause trouble down the line. And so it ended up he had to change it, which is, you know, fine. He can do that. But then he's like, how do you spell Teresa? And I was like, oh my gosh, for Pete's sakes. You'd think we were newlyweds. So I kept coming in, and because I was outside tearing, and I come in and it's like, hi, I'm Teresa, your wife. It was funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna start adding my embellishments. So that was easy because of having this all done. Okay, and so I've got this October Memories, and I'm saving certain things for the kids so they all kind of have similar stuff in there on their page. Like I want something that says October on each of their pages, and they each got one of these and then their own pumpkin. So I'm gonna put this up here, but I don't want it covering the chandelier. Their dad made the chandelier, and it looks like melted candles. It's so cool. And it's perfect for a Halloween picture. I just think it's so neat. And then I have a little postage stamp that says 31 cents, and it's got a spider web on it. These are such cute embellishments. I just love them. And I want to tuck this under here just a little bit. Okay, so you just kind of see the spider. And then I have where it says carving pumpkins. So I've got one of those for each of them too, or something to that effect, that it will say something carving or pumpkins, just depending on how their layout is, because I have no idea what I'm doing for each layout. Okay, and then let's see, I have this foam sticker that says the Boo Crew, which I thought is perfect for this. So, and I'll have to see if I got anything like that, because I love that, having that on there, since they're all there in the same picture. And of course I left all the wax paper on the thing. I don't know why it does that. And somebody told me that there is a front and a back to the wax paper. So I've been trying to pay attention to see if it feels like part of it is more waxy than the other. Sometimes it seems like I can tell, sometimes not. And definitely if you use it again, you really can't tell. Okay, now I'm gonna stick this here, but I don't wanna cover up because it says carving here and pumpkins down here. So I'm gonna push this up a little bit because I don't want that, the pumpkin part to be, I wanna be able to see that, but I don't wanna cover up Annabelle because she's over here. Okay. And then I have a brad that says Eek. And I'm gonna put it right here by the spider. Oh, and I got a little bit of the C covered up, and I don't want any of that covered up because I want it to, I should have put that down second or afterwards. Okay, so I've got right by the spider, I'm gonna put this and it says Eek because that's what I think whenever I see a spider. And trust me, we have them around here. If you got a garden, you got spiders, and they're big. And I don't know if I said this before, but one day, one night I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and it's like I walked in there and I felt something underneath the arch of my foot, and I've got quite high arches. I gotta figure out where I'm putting this. Is it here? I've got quite high arches. This says Hocus Pocus, by the way. And I felt something underneath my arch. And so anyhow, I'm gonna kind of push this up a little bit and stick a couple of dimensionals underneath there because I want it to kind of stay up, which I didn't decide until just now. And so I turned on the light, and here it was, great big giant garden spider. So that was pretty scary. And thinking that it's like if I would have got him any other way, I would have smashed him, which would have been really gross. But because he was in the arch, ended up in the arch of my foot, he was still fine and dandy. So I had to holler for the husband to come and save me. I don't like to kill spiders, but I will if I have to. Okay, let me get some, did I already glue these down? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm present. Okay, I'm putting glue on this just because it's little. I think I couldn't tape it without getting tape everywhere. Okay, and I am going to stick this just kind of in this spot. I probably got nothing there, so I think, let's see here. Where's my scissors? I'm gonna cut one of these in half because I can tell by, oh, sorry. You know how I'm always dropping, knocking over the tape, or see, I just need maybe like bubble wrap on it so when I knock it over it's not so dangerous. Okay, so I'm gonna stick dimensional behind this too because it is gonna be up higher than the other stuff. Okay, on that one corner. Okay, and so now I'm gonna work right over this, and I'm gonna have Boo. This is kind of, I guess this is my title. I love the foam stickers just because that way I don't have to really think of a title. Okay, and I am sticking this where it's just, oh, I don't want to cover up the Hocus Pocus. So I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Okay. Do I actually have tape on there? It just doesn't seem like it because it's, see, the one thing about it being dimensional, so, but anyhow, that'll all be taken care of when I glue it afterwards. Okay, and then I've got this one here that says In the Moonlight because I like how dim it looks for them, so I thought that would be cute. And I do realize that everything I'm taping will probably need to be glued just because of the dimension I put on the back. But, oh, that felt like it went on there. Okay. Oh, and actually I got this backwards. Okay. Okay, and then this is another one of the bits and pieces. And it's got the pumpkin, the black cat, a little button on there, and a spider web. Yeah, I'm thinking some padding on this would be good because that'd probably be the most practical for me. Okay, and then I'm gonna tuck this kind of into the boo and overlapping the In the Moonlight. And then I have a little tiny brad that's just black. Because even though I didn't start out with, well, it's like because of all the orange in the photos and then my embellishments, I tried to bring in some black just to have a kind of an accent color. And green, let's see, there's a little bit of green in this, but no purple. But to me, it's like it isn't really Halloween looking unless you've got green and purple in it. So, but there is a little green in these things, in the embellishments. Okay, and this says Fright This Way. So I'm going to stick this just right down here at the bottom of the picture. Oh, and I'm going to try to center it on this purple, I think. Maybe. It just keeps trying to grab. Okay, that looks pretty close there. And then I have he's like a scarecrow with a pumpkin head. And he looks like he's frightened already. Not very frightening, just frightened. And I'm gonna kind of tuck him into this little word here and right over the pumpkin picture. And then I have another brad, and it's got 3 little bats, and I'm just gonna tuck that in right there. So each of my little, even though this is like one big cluster, I'm kind of treating them like they're separate clusters. And then I've got some enamel dots. I know the other day I put on these are those ones that have a kind of a dull finish. I think they actually call them like rocks or something. For some reason I was calling them that. But they don't really stick. And I noticed the other day, it seemed like they were sticking, so I left them. But yeah, they ended up on my table as soon as I hung them up. Because I always hang them up in my art room so I can get to look at them for a couple of days. So I'm going to use purple because I want to bring in more of the purple. And I guess it's going to be kind of hard to see on there, but that's what I'm doing anyway. Because I like to see purple mixed in. Okay, and I think I might put it, since I've got like a grouping of 3, like now it's even or odd, which, you know, I'm totally into that. But I'm going to add 2 more to keep it odd again. Okay. And then over here, I'm going to add more over here. Now it'll be a little easier to see on this orange. I'm going to put this one up here. And then put a little one down by the little black dot. And I might put another one over here. And I've got so many up here, I don't even remember what the count was. But I want to make sure I have plenty of these spread around. Okay, and I'm going to stick one up here. Do I want to put it right? I think I'm going to put it right on top of that October because it'll show up really good. October memories. And maybe one over there and one, another one up here. Okay, I think that looks like a good bunch of clusters. Okay, so that's today's layout. And I will have close-ups at the end. Make sure you check out the other people that are playing along. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.